Alrighty, welcome back. Another Solana Gaming updates and all those kinds of little bits and pieces. So what is happening this week? I'm going to do a video today. I'm not going to do one next week as I'll be away in Melbourne. And it's going to be a very busy period getting back to a regular fiat job. So as usual, everything that comes out today, not financial advice. I'm not an ambassador for any of the team's games I talk about. I hold assets in a lot of the games I talk about. This week I did a video on Genopets, the mini games, and you can see I failed with the fetch game. So what was interesting about this, we'll get through some slides later on, and it was interesting to see the amount of people complain about this. They've added in a mini game, and it's all items that were free, and people are like, but you don't need to do it now, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to hold on to these items. These are all items that you've gotten for free from just going out and doing your regular daily exercise. So it was interesting. I had fun. I tried to do it outside. It was a bit of a glare. But for me, look, I reckon they're a great addition to the game. So it was only a small, short video. I have a bit of a laugh. I failed dismally. This week on Shill Zine, let me get that aircon on. This week on Shill Zine, good article as always. I like how he's talking about it's been a quieter week in Solana, in NFTs, in things happening. But it was a good read on the Monk DAO. They are doing a OG Solana MBS NFTs. No, what are they doing? What's it called? It's either way. Monk DAO is going to do their own NFT. They've done a vote for it. It was a heavily accepted. You can see the different picture here, and I'll show a slide later. Talked about it last week, and it's interesting to have a read and different points of views on this. How are they going to make it different? Are they going to add value to the original SMBs? The original SMBs, what is important about thinking about those is they don't have the royalties to them. But this week we saw an article come out, and there was a team that actually bought them. So they talk about why did they buy it, what their particular visions are, and who is it? The HadesDAO. I know absolutely nothing about it. I read this article. I went and checked out the token, had a look at the token quickly, and still don't know anything about it. For me, I hold an SMB with a friend. So we've got half each, and I've been to some events and seen things, and we did a SMB mint this week, which was a free one. And what was the mint for? It was like a Gothic SMB mint. So you can get that. Melbourne Hacker House this week. So I'll be there Monday morning, flying myself early Monday morning. And there are side events. So for anyone that's watching Aussie, make sure you get in there. Remember, Hacker House is free to get there. Great way to see what the ecosystem is doing. Great way to go and meet developers. They all want to get their information out. These are really, really good. I saw 4 last year. And this may be the only one I see this year in my own backyard. Not Melbourne is my backyard, but Australia. Absolutely happy to make it there. And there's a few side events. I've signed up to go to the Solana preview, the NFT talk with Magic Eden as well. I think there's going to be some beers maybe at the Boat Builders Yard. And of course there will be a opening party on the Monday night, closing party on the Friday night, but all of that stuff you've got to book in for. So definitely keen to see how the Hacker House is different in Australia compared to being in around the world. I've seen it in very many different places. What was I looking at this week to buy? Reign of Terror Genesis NFT. I'll show a slide later on. I'll show a little bit of gameplay for this. It was a big day for Eternal Dragons. It looks like they sold quite a few, 20 odds. There must be news there. I'm lightly following the NFTs. I don't know exactly what's happening in the project. Genesis Habitats. I think I bought some last week. What else is happening? I've been looking at a Remnant. Didn't purchase any this week. Just looking at floor. I want to get another floor one. Get myself up to 20 because that will put me as a whale on the server. Definitely not a whale. There are some lads that have some big bags in there, and you know, they're solid diamond hands, so it's great to see. Join the RemDAO, like I said last week. This was an interesting one. I've been watching on Defi Land in both the game for their marketplace, and I've also been having a look on Magic Eden, and it's good to see you can buy the NFTs here as well, and you can scroll over them quickly if you're having a look. And it shows you the levels, 1 of 30, 1 of 30, 6 of 50. So it's got an accessory level uncommon. But then I had a look because there was a dog I was watching yesterday. Was it a doggo? I think it was a doggo. And, you know, like it's funny. Have a look around NFT marketplaces. Maybe you might want to put a bid on items. But I was just having a look here. So bots control a lot of the marketplaces. I've seen on some marketplaces that are not Magic Eden. I've seen, you know, bots just bidding on things. And it was interesting to see 0.269 Solana on a doggo. 879. And then he resold that for 1.22. So what's happening there? There was another one down here, 0.3 for the cat, 1070, and then resold it for 4 Solana. So to me, it looks like, just to look at that straight off the fence, that looks like bot activity. Bots are monitoring it, buying them, then relisting them. How that works? Don't know. I don't do bots. It's not my thing. But I monitor the marketplace for the games I want. I want 2 more dogs. I want 1 more cat. I want 1 more cow. So for me, I monitor things, and it was very, very interesting to see that. For tokens this week, Bitcoin had a bit of a week, didn't it? Had a little bit of a dip last week, but it's back up to just over 24,500. So big things that I noticed outside of that. Most things go with it, right? So you look at Ethereum went with it. Audius had a really big week. Great announcements for them with the games. Solana back above 2330. It was surprising to see Polygon put on a fair chunk. I've been monitoring Polygon through. I bought a little bit more DFIT this week. So DFIT tokens are back at 9 cents. I bought some at 7.8 cents, I think it was. So not shilling the token, not shilling the project. DYOR. But for me, I want to get to gold level in the game. I'm currently at 24,000 out of 30,000 tokens. So I'm close. I misdid my maths, and I need to get another 6,000 tokens. So that's all right. It's no major rush for me. But I bought in what I thought might have been a dip, 7.8 cents, and, you know, back above 9 cents now. So, yeah, I've been monitoring Polygon for that. Samoid coin back above half a cent. What's that? Ethereum GST 4 cents. All right. Now, Solana Spaces drip this week was an interesting one. So this was done with Toonies. I don't know who Toonies are, but when you go into your Phantom wallet, you can actually, it's interactive. You can play around with it and get it all into different Zooms. This is cool. These are free, dropped out. If you don't have a drip code invite, they're not hard to get. But to me, I think they're absolutely still worth it. Genopets had some announcements, and they had their mini games drop, of course. Got out there, played that. There was another one they talked about. I think I've got that on my next slide. But the mini games was the big one for me. I like seeing this production. I like seeing the game progress. And they talk about crafting and nurture as in here. We'll have at least one build before that includes some fixes from the early feed and fetch feedback. But augmentation is the next major milestone. So I believe I've seen a thing this week saying it's cheaper to buy augments on the marketplace than it is to craft them. Don't quote me on that. I don't do any crafting. At the moment, for me in Genopets, I am absolutely doing my steps. I don't do 20,000 every single week, every single day, I should say. I did 20,000 today. Saturdays is always a big day for me. Sundays is always a big day for me. But I'm finding my balance. I've got my Genopet is still level 26. I'm hoping tomorrow it'll go up to level 27. I'm using a level 3 Genesis habitat. I'm using 2 level 1 Genesis habitats. So I'm going to pump this week one of those habitats up to level 2. So I want to be getting more key, and I'm just seeing with lesser steps. You can see on this particular day, I only did 16,000 steps. So you get a lot of people that are walking, of course, and very, very happy with Genopets and doing over 20,000 a day. For me, I'm balancing the books, so to speak, with physical fitness. And it was good to see this one. This was a message captured from Discord, and it's Jay talking about the feed and fetch. And, you know, in the first few hours, more than 100,000 feed and fetch games were played. The data helped them to tweak the difficulty, change the UI, more tips, all those kinds of things. They've since put out a small video on how to do it. It's not super complicated. I found the feeding game to be quite easy. The fetch game I found a bit difficult with an old A12 Samsung, but with a new phone, it looks quite simple. So getting it to play around, it's going to affect the efficiency of banking your steps. So you don't need to do it right now, but I would be getting used to it. I'd have a bit of fun. It takes a lot to feed and fetch them from 0 all the way up to happy. So these are free items that drop in the game. It's really interesting to see how there's such negative reaction from some people that think, playing Genopets shouldn't feel like a chore. It should feel like playing a game with a pet you love and care for. This is an interesting thing of move and earn, and I'll talk about it with DFIT. Have I got that on there? I don't know that I've got it on there. Where are we? So Barndog, this should hopefully level up tomorrow is what I'm looking at. The numbers aren't much different. So I've just been doing my gems daily, of course. Absolutely been doing my gems every single day. But I've been doing water crystals on this one just to do the regeneration of the lifespan back up to use all of my stuff there. The Heist, we're seeing more and more artwork for the Heist. It looks amazing. I don't know a lot of info for it. I don't know that they've done any spaces yet. Juice is leading this one, I believe. It looks good and it's pumping. The hype for it is real. Kaiju Cards, they've got their next game out and they've added the Notorious Bean. Let's have a look at this. They've got the toilet in. Alright, so that is a holders event. I did some video for it last time. Tonight I was going to try and sneak in a dirty bevy and have a bit of play. You can see I've got the game here. I believe it's got some sound to it. Don't know why that's not loading up. But you've now got a group of 3. That's your 3 that go in. You pick and choose. Do you want to take the hooligan in? There's the sound. So do you want to take in your Gnome Hooligan? Do you want to take in Notorious Bean? Are you going to take the Frog Knight? So you're going to mix it up, right? Lots of different options. Now, what else have I got? Audius. I've had a bit of a week looking through Audius, and I've loved Audius for a long time. I lost my tokens in the FTX drama. Had them sitting on FTX. Woohoo! I did a link up with Mini Royale Nations, and it's interesting. They're in Defi Land. They are linked. You can get in there. There's an Audius thing. You can play it. I do like it. I like seeing this come in because it's for the artists. And that ties into Hibiki Run. I actually spoke to one of the founders this week, Alex, I believe his name was. And Hibiki Run is another game that is in the move and earn bracket. Now, I've got a couple of little screen grabs because I've done it for 3 or 4 days now. I'm not a paid member. I haven't bought any, but this is why I'm having a look at the tokens on Polygon. So Solana Gaming with Barndog, that's not going to change, but it's move and earn. I'm already doing between 10 and 20,000 steps a day. On average, bare minimum 100 kilometers a week. I'm walking 50, running 50. I'll increase my running this week as I prepare for marathons in Rome in mid-March. But the concept, a lot of the stuff is similar to Steppen. And they've taken some of the game concepts and put their own flavor to it, but you get different headphones that allow you to listen to different genres of music. Now, it is a free game. You can get a free set. You can see 10.8 kilometers. I did it again today. And they've got 3 tokens. The HUT is the one on the left, HUT, Hibiki Utility Token. K is the next one. That is that's their governance token. I believe it was 5 billion tokens. This is going to be a very, very low cap token. And then Polygon on the side. Their marketplace, you buy NFTs with Polygon. So you're trading in Polygon. I think they take a cut of that. That is going to be part of their business model. I think it might be 5%. Don't quote me on that. But we did have a bit of a chat, and I liked Alex. He was very very nice. A lot of their market they will be targeting will be the Japanese market. You can see a couple of grabs of the low prices here, 128. So that's about 160 USDC at the moment. Yeah, would I buy them? The game doesn't look like it's for me right now. It's great for walkers. It's a free-to-play game, so you can get in there. You can earn tokens every day. You can use them. They've got a gacha-styled system with the raffle. Yesterday, I won 2 of their governance tokens. So what are the governance tokens going to be worth? It's a 5 billion market cap. I haven't looked hardcore at their tokenomics, but there is a chance to potentially make some tokens down the track. It's on Polygon, so it's much lower than Ethereum, being a layer 2. And you can use it with other games. You can use it with your Genopets, with your Steppen, with your Defi, all of those kinds of things. Now, because it's on Polygon, at least, I've got Defi on Polygon as well. So, you know, it doesn't make me feel as bad. And I've got a little bit in my wallet, but I do believe they've got their own wallet as well, which Defi did not. So, the headphones have stats, I believe. There's going to be 10,000 Genesis in the first season. 2,000 sold out, and I think you can win some of these headphones in the raffle, the gacha system. I did the raffle the first couple of days. I'm just mucking around with it. I'm having a bit of fun, but the market that it's working and going towards, the mystery box, the loot boxes that drop, they're like a necklace kind of charm, and it's very centered towards the Japanese user base. So I think half of the stats at the moment, 10,000 daily active users, they're looking at being a Japanese 50% is their players. And knowing what the community of Japan is like for Steppen, they absolutely went crazy on that. They loved it. They were the biggest user base. Now they've got some amazing marathons happening starting from this weekend. They've got Kyoto, then Osaka, then Tokyo. The next 3 weeks they've got marathons, and I was cleared to go to Kyoto, but as in I have entry to it. I could not get back to Melbourne Hacker House on time. So for all of the people that are going there, good luck. I know Shun's going there. MetaX, I believe, would be going there as well. But so I believe the way the NFT collections and all of this is going to go. So without talking about it too much more, I don't mind it. I like it. And I've definitely shown a couple of my Japanese friends the game. I think that they might like it. And it's going to be on from the MVP Society. I saw a tweet out for this today. This is going to be a mint. Now, what is the MVP Society? It's a rebrand of Sweets, which is for photo finish. It's their metaverse. It looks fucking amazing. And I definitely want to be able to mint in it. I don't know that I'm going to get a whitelist or anything like that, because I ended up leaving the Discord. There was a lot of spams, and you had to do this and do that and do this, and I just, it was giving me the shits at one stage. So, does look like a good mint, though. I think that is going to be a big one. Defi Land. Now, Defi Land have been teasing out their llamas, so we'll load that up. All right, so they've been teasing this out well. The llamas will be their next major NFT, and it was interesting to see. Where was the picture? It was a good picture. Oh, this one here. Their racing game. So I believe it's going to be a part of the racing game. I don't listen to the updates and the town halls near enough. I wish they linked them into Audius within their game. That would be nice. But it looks like all the pets are involved in this. So I wonder whether owning one pet allows you to race somehow in it, or maybe there's different race classes for the categories and all that kind of stuff. But llamas looks like it's going to be like a nurture style game. Very hungry, looking for someone to take good care of them. Will you be the one? So remember their NFT drops at the start when the seeds, you had to water the seeds for the full month every day with a chosen amount of DFL coin. It was one of the most interesting ones I've done at the start. And yeah, very, very cool. So very much looking forward to that. And it was interesting as well, something I had missed is Fusion. So I don't know what this is. This is when you go into the game and you click on old Roger, it takes you into the game. It is the third option on the screen now. And no idea what these extra NFTs are for, where they're from, how it works, but it is cool seeing it. So there's always things to learn. Let's have a look now. Reign of Terror. I'm doing an AMA with Great Protocol and Reign of Terror. What was their company name again? Red Door. Red Door Productions. So I believe they've got 14 odd people on the team. They are VC funded. They've got a mini game out. It is on Elixir. I finally downloaded it, got it playable. I was very impressed. I'm going to try and put a video up for it eventually. I was really impressed. It's great. 6 Solana, so it's a bit of a risk buying it now. But yeah, I liked it. So there was only a small mint, like 250 to start off with. They are teasing that out, I believe. It's made me monitor the NFT, and let me load into that. Where is it? So they've got 3 missions at the start. First strike, ground zero, kill zone. 4 characters, and I don't know whether you can pick and choose different characters. Let's click off the drone. Yeah, you can. Right, so Electric Ronin. So I've played the 3 missions one time. I want to stick with the drone for now. So this actually looked decent. They've got big updates coming for March, I believe it is. So that's why we're trying to get the AMA done next week.
There's a perimeter set up already, and reinforcements are on the way. Cut a path to that beacon fast.
So, if we go back, Cyberpunk multiplayer tactical RPG game. Next week, their update is going to give it something which makes it like a multiplayer board game. DAOs will be able to play it. This is where it becomes interesting for something like Great. So, you can move, double movements, you can move and attack. I will just show you the basics and give it a bit of a crack. I want to move him there. No fucking around here. Oh, is it the wrong one? I think that's the wrong one. Alright, so that guy's a sniper, but I'll show you what you can do with him. This guy is a medic. He doesn't have a huge range of attack, but he's a medic and he gets 2 gunshots each attack. You see they're all pick the sniper. It's funny how they all target the sniper. So, I can now see with my attacks. Number 3 is a special attack. Weapon damage plus, it's a plus 20% hit chance. Weapon base damage. So your number 3s, I then scan over here and it should 97% chance to hit, 97% chance to hit. When they're close, there's a less chance. So I'm going to shoot long range. Let me move my camera off here. We'll come back to it. Oh. So, whose turn is it? Let me do... So number 3 is a heal on this guy. Pitch. Oh. So, let me shoot him. Number 3 is interesting on this one. It is a... Oh, can't do it. So, let me move here. 3's a stun as well. This guy now can, I believe... No. There we go. So you can move around the screen. So I want to go... Number 3 has a cooldown. It's just a standard attack. Now, that's a heal, right? Number 3's a heal. So I'll heal up my unit. So... We've seen some really basic games. We've seen some basic launches and things like this. This is their first demo that I've seen, and it's a 2 gig download on Elixir. Elixir the platform. You can follow it. It's actually got several crypto games on it, and I really enjoyed playing it. It's funny, you know, like we've gotten used to these basic games at the start, these staking style games, these you know, idle staking games and that. But this was a bit of playing, a bit of thinking. You had to think about it. First time I played the first mission, one of my characters died. I need to learn a bit more, and I'm curious to see what the update is going to do. So let me get off that, and we'll close into the rest of it. Mr. Where are we? Remnants. Obviously, I talked about Heist. That is coming out. I am going to get my Sheila going. I've got her at the residential at the moment. What am I doing in Remnants at the moment? I'm still at 19, looking for a 20th. I'm doing survival guide up to level tier 9. After that, I'm not too sure. Probably going to work on some walkie-talkies. I've mixed things around a little bit. I put my zombie, changed it because now all 300 zombies are out. The community doesn't know what's going to happen with the zombies and what we're going to do. But it's an interesting ride. So 17 minutes. I'll come back in that. Defi Land is the last one, of course. Old Roger there. I had the screen open. Hi, Rog. I still have a harvester I need to make up. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. 2. How much would that be? The biggest one? Oof. 10,000 DFL. Definitely don't have that at the moment. All right, so let's close Rog. What have I been doing in DeFi Land at the moment? Not a lot. So I've been doing my standard farms. Obviously, I do my dailies. That's standard. But I've got a lot of things opening up now. So cats, I scored one off one of the boys from the doghouse. Chooks, I've got 4 now. I've got not far from, you know, one of the big boys coming up. Cows are looking all right. But I've started to get things opening up. My common harvester is now 30 of 30. So I'm mucking around with that. The uncommon one's not, you know, uncommon on body. So it's no real difference. Started playing that today. Shooting game. I've got guns that are coming out really, really close. So I'm going to start doing a lot more of the shooting game. My epic float fishing rod. I did that today as well. So what's interesting about that is the returns on the medium mode were like 160 to 180. You know, times that by 13, it's a bit. And where was I? I'm looking forward to seeing how this old girl works. 3 hours I've got to come back. Remember last week I did tell you can actually upgrade the individual parts. So in 3 hours I've got to come back. But started doing more and more in DeFi Land to farm my Goldie, which is an interesting thing. Obviously, I talked about Goldie with... I talked about DeFi Land coming with the alpacas. I don't think I mentioned it here. So, tokens of note. You see, where is DeFi Land? 0.0015, so 0.15 of a cent. But DeFi Land Goldie itself, 409,527. So at the moment, Goldie continues to go down because it's an unlimited supply token. I'm guessing people are cashing it out, and that's perfectly up to them. For me personally, in my DeFi Land, I have been swapping a bit of it myself into DFL. So I swapped some Goldie into DFL to continue the upgrade process of my animals. And a lot of them have got their, are done. Like I said, I'm looking for dogs. I'm looking for one more cat. And I'm looking for one more cow. But I now get more items coming out of those. And a bit more play, a little bit less League of Legends, a little bit more DeFi Land is where it is. But other than that, hope you've had a bit of a learning curve this week. There's lots of things happening still. Keep your eyes on all of the usual things, but I'm very much looking forward to mints. I don't know when they're minting, but I'm guessing Heist will be in the next month. MVP, I don't know when that's minting, but I would like to get into mint if possible. And what else was I looking at? DeFi Land, of course. So, outside of that, yeah, thank you, mother, for the rabbits.